Hello and welcome everybody to another B2B Outbound Marketing and Sales Automation series. You should know my name by now, Dancho, but you should not know the guest name. You know, guys, that whenever we find some exciting tool that we believe we're ready to share with you that could save you hours, days, depending how much you're depending on the automation. And for today, I'm actually happy to introduce to you with Ben, who is actually the founder of Swordfish.ai. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dancho. Nice to be here.
I know that you want to jump right away and talking about the Swordfish, but let's give us some background. Who is Ben? What do you do? And how do you actually became to do the Swordfish?
Sure. I am an internet entrepreneur. I've been working in data for more than 7 years. I started Swordfish 4 years ago. Completely bootstrapped the company, and before that I had a list building platform. So my experience and knowledge about all of the data sources in the space, how to acquire data, how to aggregate data, how to match it, source it, and put it beautifully into one single place is basically my specialty.
Nice. So was this your first company as a digital entrepreneur, or you actually had other companies before that?
So I had a list building SaaS platform called ListGenie, for which we pivoted into Swordfish after a couple of years. And then before that, it was a lot of internet ideas that a lot of them failed and didn't pan out. But I guess with every
that's the world of digital entrepreneur. You start few, eventually you find a hit on the market that actually is demanded. And tell me then, what's the story behind Swordfish? What does it actually do?
So Swordfish is a contact data search engine. And that's a search engine that we've developed over the last 4.5 years. And you can use it in one of two ways. So the first way that we actually started out was just as a Chrome extension. So navigate on someone's LinkedIn profile, and you click show, and you'd reveal their email and their cell phone number. And then another major tool that a lot of customers come to us for is our file upload. So so you can,
when you actually have the spreadsheet and you just want on that particular rather than using the Chrome. Nice.
Exactly. So you could enrich a list of data that you already have, or you want to refresh or add data to your existing spreadsheets. You upload it, and within a few minutes you can download it again.
I can see the value there, especially with the CRMs. I mean, you know how it is in 21st century. In 6 months, the leads become obsolete. They get fired, they get promoted or change jobs. And actually having a CSV upload is like, okay, every 6 months, download all your list, upload to your platform, get the updated version of emails and everything, and then just update your CRM again.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people that come to us that might have missing cell phone numbers. So we have a special function where you could say, only charge me if you find a cell phone number for this record, or if not, like skip it and move on. So it depends if you have like a B2B sales team, for example, that's only cold calling, or your recruitment team that only needs personal emails. And that's how it helps.
Ben, very curious. How do you figure out the mobile phones? Because in the email, you can scrape, you can crawl, you can play with the name.surname, add domain and stuff. Yeah. But when it comes to the phones, I hope you're not trying 9-digit variation and combination to get the right phone.
Unfortunately, that doesn't quite exist. But what I can say is that we've developed a number of very unique data partnerships that we ingest data from directly. We also have our own data ingestion applications. But what sort of sets Swordfish apart is our, how would I say it very carefully, our matching logic. So a lot of the times you might get a lot of numbers for people, and we're really good at putting the correct number, the most likely number, giving it a confidence score, and that's why people tend to use us primarily for our cell phone data.
Nice. Nice. Well, that's quite useful. I mean, Ben, nowadays, especially in the last few years, the B2B automation is really getting crowded. Like there's so many new tools that are getting, especially, I don't know, in these 6 to 12 months, there were so many B2B scraping and tools. So how is the Swordfish differentiating from the competitors?
Again, it comes down to data. So a lot of the tools on the marketplace might use some very standard like plug and play data services. We go beyond that because in order to be a good business, you have to have a bit of an edge on everyone. So usually what happens is people come along, they'll test our data, they'll do a data comparison with who they're looking at. And we say, try our data. Like, we don't want you to buy something that doesn't work for you. Try it out. If it works, good. If it doesn't, then use something else. But
that's the whole logic of these video interviews. People will have a look at the demo, try it, check it out. If it works for them, they can plug it into their systems. If not, there are other tools. Yeah. And Ben, also you started sharing your platforms. I was hoping you can give us an insight on what people can do and how they can actually collect the information and other stuff.
Sure. So we started off with a Chrome extension, and then this is a new tool that we have that's being launched this week. It is a searchable database of all the data that we collect and enrich. So you could, similar to something that you might use on LinkedIn, search by job title, company, location. We go a little bit further where you can actually filter which results have mobile phones. Emails, and then you can also let's say you wanted to upload your existing data set already into this, you could just copy paste all your LinkedIn profile URLs into here, or you could suppress them, meaning you could remove them, and then that way you only find net new data that you might not have already had.
The existing leads already.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one great way which we're looking forward to launch. You could also, create a list in seconds, just bulk show whatever the first 500 contacts of your search that have mobile phones or mobile phones and email, and you've fueled your sales team within like minutes, as opposed to doing complex scraping and then researching. And so this sort of centralizes it all into one place to fuel your sales team, let's say.
Nice. And the goal is that actually the sales team can focus on actually selling rather than database building and finding the right contacts.
Yeah, we know too many sales teams which have employed armies of researchers. If it's outsourced overseas to India, Bangladesh, who are trying to find numbers and things like that. It doesn't make sense that people are still working like that. It should be, okay, I need these people with this information, give it to me, download, put it in my CRM, and let's go. So.
And Ben, this database that you're looking at currently, it's an international. It gives access to international, or it's just more US based?
So we no longer provide data on European data subjects, just because it's too much of a nightmare to deal with. So we primarily focus on rest of the world. If it's USA, Australia, Canada, we have data.
GDPR problem arised or before that?
Nothing came to us specifically, but we just understood that as the laws are becoming more difficult, it's becoming more difficult to operate in this area. So if you want to call it GDPR laws, data protection laws in Europe, just make it's not a comfortable area to do business with.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. That's why I'm curious. But then in the US, the database that you said, how big is the database that you're able to search? Because I don't know, if you have 500 companies, then it's not going to be a big search. But if you have like 5 million companies, then you can do a lot of sub-filtering. So
currently in our index, there's over 140 million people in it. And that's matched with or a cell phone or an email. I think the last because we're also currently at it, as I said, like we're releasing it this week, so we're still adding in new data into it. It should be around final result around 70% of that should be matched with a cell phone number. Yeah. And then, okay, so like even if you take the population of the United States, which is 300 plus million. And then of the people that have, let's say, for example, a social profile, like a LinkedIn profile, is about 170 million. And then if you narrow that down to actual real profiles and then real people who actually put information on themselves, or just sort of people that you can actually find, it sort of trickles down from 175 million down to about 70 million in the United States. And then it comes to like, okay, now we need to match contact data to them and things like that. But that's just an example.
No, I completely follow your logic. And I was just curious, because these are huge numbers in millions, how you do maintain the quality of the database, because you need to, people change jobs and everything. You need to update somehow the database to have accurate. I mean, it's still the same person, but now it's in a different company, or change his phone eventually.
Yeah. So we get external partners that provide us with refreshed data on a quarterly basis. And then since the main contact information that we find is personal, so cell phone or personal email address, that we ping our network in real time and retrieve that. So that's as fresh as we can find it. So
No, but that's fresh enough. In my head was like, if it's 3 years old, it's no longer relevant. But quarterly is still fresh enough. And Ben, I was also curious, how is Swordfish open for partnerships in regards to affiliate or white labeling or any other way of collaboration?
So we have an affiliate program. We run an affiliate program. We are able to connect or plug into external resellers via API. And if people are interested in that route, they're more than welcome to contact us and we can set up an affiliate or an API with them.
Nice. And typical companies that are usually using the Swordfish AI, can you tell me a bit more of the clients in regards to, are there more service providers? Are there more, salespeople, obviously, but is it like in corporations, salespeople are just buying the database, or it's more small businesses, the owner has to figure out a way how to do sales, so he's just buying the data from you to start the outreach?
So we primarily sell seats to teams. So we have recruitment teams. We have a number of recruitment teams at defense companies, Fortune 500 companies that they all sit in and they use it actively per user. And then there are sales teams that they might upload a list and they want to have like a bulk buy in one go. So we get all kinds, the per user using a Chrome extension, or now the search engine that you saw, or we get straight list enrichment, either or.
Nice. That means that you can serve both types of clients. Yeah. And Ben, also, I was curious, what are the upcoming plans from the Swordfish? I mean, 2023 is now. So what are the future plans? Are you going to expand horizontally, like going into outreach and the rest of the sales process, or you're going to go more deeper into quality in the database, where you're going to add even more layers of data sets?
So quality of data is something that's always ongoing. So it's not something that we particularly stop at, because if we stop at, then our competitors will outrun us. But we were thinking about doing an email outreach tool, but we figured it's probably better to actually just leave it to people who do that full time. We have an idea for another tool that I'm not going to talk about at the moment, but maybe upcoming.
Sales related or
sales related? Maybe when we launch it, maybe we'll do another video if you'd like. And
of course, the more tools, the merrier. But at the end of the day, is that, I was just curious, because Swordfish currently has some establishment in the market, and I was curious to hear whether you see it in the next year or two, or how do you plan on growing it further, or as long as you have the external data and you have the ongoing clients, you just need to keep improving the quality of the data.
Yeah, essentially. And I guess make sales, but
at the end of the day. Okay, and Ben, also, where can people find you, or how they can actually give it a try to the Swordfish? where they should go? Do you have any like free trial or something for where they can just scoop in and have a look at it?
Yeah, we have a free trial. All they have to do is enter Swordfish.ai in their search browser, and then click on try for Swordfish for free. There's a free trial. No credit card is required depending on your region, but yeah, they can try it for free, upgrade, talk to us, and even if like people want like a data consult and maybe we can help point them in the right direction, like we're always available to do that as well. We don't just want people's money, we just want to help people. So
well,
yeah.
What I'm gonna do right after the video, I'll just leave the link, Ben, so people could actually have a look at it. And I saw that now on the free trial you have 5 free credits, so they can actually check 5 people. European people that want to target the US market, they are able to use the platform, right?
They're able to use the platform. Currently I'm in Thailand, so it's showing 5 free credits, but if you're from what we call like the tier 1 countries, it's actually 10 searches.
Well, I'm based in Macedonia, so it gives me 5 free credits as well.
Maybe I'll change that for you.
Yeah, no worries. But that was my reasoning, because sometimes we have quite a lot of clients from Europe, companies that are saying, you know what, we want to target the US market because it's a big market. And you said, yeah, we don't hold a database for Europe, but that's not a problem for serving EU companies that want to utilize the US market. Yeah,
that's correct. Absolutely.
That's another good point. Well, Ben, I think that we were finishing with this interview. For all the listeners who need some quality data, I mean, you should check out the Swordfish.ai. You will get between 5 and 10 free credits depending where you are. Or with Incognito, you can get extra 5, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, the goal is to give it a try, especially if you're doing cold calling, because the mobile phones were always a hassle to figure it out. Emails, yes, it's good when to utilize, but when you're doing cold calling, you really need to find not just the 1-800 phone number, but actually getting to direct phone from the person that you need. Ben, I really wanted to thank you for coming and sharing your automation. And for the rest of you guys, I really hope that you find it useful, and hopefully you're going to start using it.
Yeah. Thank you, Dancho. I appreciate it.